Hey everybody, this is Tanya Barnett of Let's Chat with Tanya Barnett. I'm so super excited about our second guest tonight, the
Yay!
fabulous Julian B. Kiganda. She is a fantastic mompreneur. She has agreed to be a part of this series, and I'm honored to have her. Her business is, well, she has several. She has Julian B. Kiganda. She's a transformational brand strategist. Say that 3 times. And she goldenfearless.me. So she's going to be telling us about a little bit of both of those. If you are a mompreneur, hey Tamika, hey Leah, thank you for joining us. And get your notepads, get ready, get ready, get ready. You're going to be wow. She has an amazing testimony. Something just happened amazing for her here recently. So I cannot wait for her to share her story with us. So without further ado, I want to welcome Julian B. Kiganda to the Let's Chat with Tanya Barnett show. So welcome, Julian. Thank you.
Hey, girl, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, yay!
Yes, girl, you doing it. I'm like, okay, she's on a mission. She interviewing every Black woman there is in the DC, in the US. Like this entire month, everybody in the US gonna be interviewed by Tanya Barnett. If you stop something. No, it's been great checking out your series, girl. You are doing it. It's amazing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, with that being said, if you are a mompreneur and you would like to be interviewed, we do have a list. We are taking names. It will be first come, first serve. So please shoot me an email, tanya@realwifemovement.com. We will get you the information to sign up. And we will feature you. We'll start doing this quarterly. And then on top of mompreneurs, we will be doing womenpreneurs. So I'm really excited to be able to feature my sisters that look like me.
Hey,
Hey, Christine. We're going to be featuring more women that look like Julian, look like me, who are doing it in their communities, but they're also giving back. So Julian, thank you again for being here with us.
Absolutely.
So, Julia, tell us, what is a transformational brand strategist?
Girl, I know that's a mouthful, ain't it? But I needed something that was big enough to contain all this greatness, though. Like, it can't be like a little tiny word. But before I go into that, I did just want to remind your audience to share this out on Facebook.
Yes.
You all on Facebook Live, you can share this out for Miss Tanya and all the upcoming interviews she's doing, because I think so many women, I know I've been blessed by watching your interviews. So please do. Please do share. So, transformational brand strategist. How do I even put that into words? I mean, I think why I decided to call what I do that and how I work with people is because I started recognizing that the work that I do, so my background is in design, branding, and marketing. And as much as I've done it for almost 20 years, I know I look about 21, but I started when I was 5. But in doing that work, I mean, I have been blessed to be able to do the gamut of projects. I mean, I've worked with government, I've worked with nonprofits, I've worked with small business, I've worked with entrepreneurs like yourself, Miss Real Wife Movement. And I just started realizing that the kind of projects that just lit my fire, got me excited, was when I got to work on a project where we were almost starting with nothing, or just something that needed to be completely rebuilt from the ground up, and then transforming that into something that was going to just have an impact beyond just that person. And so for me, I realized that my gift is transformation, whether it's through design, whether it's through writing, whether it's through coaching, that's just what I do is help people transform their lives and their brands.
Amen. Yes. So let me ask you something. With being a transformational brand strategist, do you find it difficult because you're dealing with individuals to hone in on each woman and what their needs are and things of that nature? How does that work for you?
Actually, that's what gets me excited. I'm like, because here's the reality. And I started understanding why God created us this way, right? So you know how it's so easy for you to look at your girlfriend and be like, girl, come on, do this. You got to do this, and this to get your life together, or to get your business together. Like, you can tell them without a problem. But then when it comes to yourself, you have no clue where to start. And you're like, but wait a minute, like, how is it I can help them get their lives together and I can't seem to do that for myself? Something wrong with that picture.
Right.
So what I came to understand was God created us that way on purpose. Because if we never had to go and ask help for anything from anyone, guess what? Wow. Talk about pride, okay? Talk about a lack of humility. Talk about, trying to be an island. We weren't created to be islands. And so for me, I started recognizing that I usually can see, hopefully this makes sense. I can usually see past people. So if you come in front of me and you present me as yourself in a certain capacity, I can talk to you for 5 or 10 minutes and figure out what you're really about, whether or not you tell me. And so that's part of my gift is, okay, how do I take what I see in you that you may not see in yourself, what I see in you, and create something that transforms your life and your business, and then also transforms the lives of the people that you are, here to serve. That's what I do. So I actually get excited by that. And, call it intuition, call it a gift, call it whatever you want to call it. But that's just a gift that I have in terms of being able, I don't know if it'd be clairvoyant so much as it is being able to really listen to people and see beyond, maybe it's not past, see beyond people to who they really are and who they really have been created to be, but they may not be able to step into those shoes yet. So that's what I do. I help you step into your shoes.
I love it.
But no, I get excited by that because when I see, and Tanya, we've been on this journey for a couple years now. Like we were just talking before we started our interview about how you're a completely different person than the person who I first met. Those, gosh, I don't think it's even been 2 years yet, or it's been just about 2 years. Yeah. And watching your transformation and seeing how God is using you. I mean, even with this whole interview series, girl, that gets me excited. Like, I'm like, yes. And being able to be a part of your journey. Now, I ain't taking credit for it because you had to do the work. There are a lot of people you can give advice to who you can sit there and give them advice till you're blue in the face and they do nothing with it. You are not that kind of person. And that is why God is just escalating you beyond what you can even imagine.
I received that, Pastor.
Oh, yeah.
Who got the collection plate?
Hey, girl. Yeah. You do the
work. Wow. So you have one daughter, beautiful daughter. That girl she got some legs on her now.
Girl. Wow. She got a little something on top of them legs too, honey. I ain't ready.
That's a mama for you. So how do you manage when you're having to dedicate that time to say 2 or 3 clients? How do you manage parenting her in the midst of giving your client? Because I'm sure when you're working on a project, you got your laptop up or you're going for it and she needs you. How do you manage that?
Yeah. So I know my sister Christine was on here earlier talking about, juggling all of that as well. And the blessing is, and we'll both say it, like we have an amazing support system in our family. Okay. It's 4 sisters and I have 4 sisters, 2 brothers. So it's 7 of us. And then our parents are, healthy, praise God. So, at any given point in time, we can drop our kids off wherever we need to at least I can. See, Christine lives in the cut. So she has to drive across country. She got to drive across the country to drop her kids off. But for the rest of us who live in civilization, I know that's where you live too, Tanya. I love you.
I know, that's why I gave that place. She my neighbor.
I had to throw that in there. but so that's one thing, is just having that amazing support system. Okay. And then the other thing, and you know what, I think it's going to bless somebody, because I used to, and I know every one of us goes through this as a parent, and especially as moms who are working, right? You always worry, am I giving my child enough time? Am I, focused enough on them when I'm with them? Am I distracted? Are they going to, sit there and blame me later on in life because I ain't giving enough attention, whatever that is. Like, we deal with mom guilt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know I dealt with that all the time because I was juggling so much, but I get on fire when I'm doing work that I love. And so, as much as I love being a mom, I won't be complete unless I am in my purpose, because I then get to take that back to my child, and she sees me walking in my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be like, gosh, I mean, am I giving her enough time? Am I dedicating enough energy into her? Like, all of that. And so I heard Lisa Nichols talk at her book launch last year. And she gave this word that I was like, oh, yes, I'm going to be using this on a regular basis. And I have been, and it's been a blessing. Mm-hmm. So she talked about how when she started traveling a lot and talking, in all these different states and countries and all of that, and she would have to leave Jelani, her son. And so she would, come home, and every time she would leave, he'd be like, oh, Mom, do you have to go? And so she was like, you know what, gosh, I mean, how do I know if I'm, she dealt with that mom guilt. And she's like, okay, how do I take the temperature of my relationship with my child?
Mm-hmm.
And so she came up with this method, which I think is brilliant, and I've used on my daughter, and it's been such a help. And she said, you know what, I'm going to come up with a method where I can take the temperature of our relationship, and that'll help me determine how well or how badly I'm doing. So what she would do, and I think she still does it to this day, and he's a grown man now, but what she would do is she would go to Jelani, and she would say to him, so Jelani, on a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm not going to be mad at you for, whatever you say. I really just want to understand how I'm doing. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate our relationship? 10 being the best. Mm-hmm. And so if he said something like 7, she would then ask him, okay, thank you for sharing that with me. So acknowledging him and thanking him for being willing to share that. And then she would say, I'm telling you, this has been such a blessing. Seriously. And so she would ask him, once he gave her an answer, okay, so we're at a 7. What will it take for us to get to a 10? And then those things that he would say is what she knew she had to focus on. And then she would do it again 6 months later and just keep doing it until, and on a regular basis, just taking the temperature of their relationship. Let me tell you something. I did that with my daughter. I think the first time I did it was maybe like a year and a half ago or so. Mm-hmm. And I asked her that question, and I'm here waiting. And I'm like, I was kind of scared to ask a question, right? Because I know I have a tendency, I can have workaholic tendencies, and I was really trying to, do better at that. But I asked her the question. I'm thinking, oh, she's going to be like 5. Let me tell you something. I almost fell over when she said 8.5. I said, really? Really? She's like, Mom, why are you so surprised? Oh, well, thank you. I mean, thank you for sharing that with me. Right? But you know what that taught me is that we are too hard on ourselves, that we are often doing so much better than we think we are as mothers and as parents and as even entrepreneurs. And so I think it's good. Like, I did that with my daughter, but you might do the same thing with your husband or, with whoever is in your life, and taking the temperature of your relationship and figuring out what is it going to take to get it to a 10.
Oh, I like that.
And you just do that on a regular basis. But I tell you, that's been a blessing for me. That's been a blessing for me. It has been such a blessing for me. And I'm just thankful for Lisa Nichols for even, saying that. I just thought that was such a very simple but powerful way to gauge how you were in your relationship with your child. So that for me has been a great way for me to just, look at, okay, am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough? Am I just right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just right. I'm good. Right.
Wow. That is powerful, Julian. And I mean, you even said in your business, in your marriages and with your children, that is just really so important to gauge that temperature, because like you said, you're thinking, dang, I'm slacking as a mom.
Girl.
And she's content. Like, hey, I'm getting my space.
Yes. And you know what was interesting, Tanya? So for my birthday earlier this year, she decided to write down, because a couple years ago, like I'll write notes to my daughter every now and then. And so a couple years ago, I had written her a note of, I think it was 41 things I love about Natalia.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted her to remember those things when she pissed me the hell off. Okay.
I love
it. So I wrote her a note and she put it on her wall. And so I think she remembered that. So this year for my birthday, she did something similar where she wrote down, my favorite things I've done with my mom. Tanya, it was so crazy because when she wrote all that down, it was probably a list of like 30 things. It was probably more than that, actually.
Wow.
And I was like, it just gave me, I was like, wow. Look, I said, dang, I am an amazing mama. When I saw that list, I was like, okay, like I'm just too tight, AAA plus. Okay. Mm-hmm. I realized that I really am, I'm doing a pretty damn good job. And I need to give myself some grace.
Amen. Yes, grace. And that's something you say to me all the time. Yes. I think every time we have a conversation, you're like, look, you need to give yourself some grace. Yes. So what does that mean? Because we hear people say it. What does that mean when it comes to managing, raising our kids and working our business? And and you say it to me all the time. What does that really mean? When you're saying that to like a client, what are you trying to convey to us?
I think to practically apply it to your life, what I mean when I say give yourself some grace is just don't be so hard on yourself. That the reality is, okay, fine, we'll sit there and we'll see all these people on Facebook looking like they're living their life like it's golden every moment of the day. Nobody's life is golden every moment of the day. Right. And so you have to learn how to just step back and be like, you know what? I have to just separate myself from all that stuff that's going on out there and just handle my own stuff, right? And just focus on what I am doing. And if I drop a couple things here and there, it's okay. I'll go back and get them when I have the energy, when I have the time, when I have the space in my head. Right. Give yourself some grace because, we're sitting here stressing about stuff that hasn't been done. Most of the time, we're the only ones who know that hasn't been done, right? Or goals that we've committed to. When in reality, sometimes we're not even giving ourselves enough time to commit and do those things. Right. So sometimes you just got to give yourself some grace. You got to give yourself some grace. And when you do that, you actually give yourself the space to breathe and get back to what you're doing in a much better mindset. Right.
Absolutely. And it goes back to what we kind of discussed when Christine was on, that then it takes away that need to be perfect.
Yeah.
And then you don't feel stressed and overwhelmed like, oh my gosh, I didn't, reach this mark or this goal or whatever. Because you say, okay, I didn't reach it. I'm good. I'm gonna put it on the next day in my planner.
There you go. There you go.
And it's okay. That's why I write in pencil. I do not write in pen in my planner because I need to be able to erase something and move it to the next day or following week or what have you. So I really like that. Giving yourself some grace. So what advice would you give to someone who is right now in that position where they're just like, you know what, Julian, I hear everything you're saying. I heard your sister, but I just don't know if I want to continue in this entrepreneur journey because it's just too hard. I can't manage everything.
Yeah. So a couple things I would say to that. Number one, make sure that you're supposed to be in the journey. Because again, I think sometimes we go and do stuff, right? We go and jump into stuff because it looks good when other people are doing it. And that may not be for us. Not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur. So I think that's the first thing. You need to check yourself and make sure you're supposed to be on this journey.
Okay.
Now, when you figure out that it's what you're supposed to do, but you're still ready to quit, then you have to, and I say this all the time because I'm big on purpose. I talk about purpose all the time. All the time. And so I always say that, your purpose isn't about you. And the reason why we want to give up very often is because we're so focused on us as opposed to the people that we're put here to serve.
Wow.
So when you start understanding that your purpose ain't about you, that it's about all the people who are waiting on you to use your gift so that they can shine, then it's like, you know what? I got to figure this out. So that's the second thing. Understand that it's not about you. Get clear about what it is that you want to do, and then ask for help. Like so often, we are sitting there trying to figure stuff out on our own. We wonder why it's not working day in, day out. So it's called insanity, right? Insanity is doing the same thing
Right.
and expecting to get different results. It don't work. Trust me, I know, been there, owned several t-shirts. It don't work.
Right.
Right? It doesn't work. And so, make sure you're asking for help. Get somebody who, isn't in your head, who's completely, objective about what you're going through. Because when you're all up in it, you get caught up in your feelings. You can't see straight for nothing. You're just like, God, why you put me here if I wasn't going to be able to do what you put me here to do? And he'll be like, well, boo-boo, the way you're doing it ain't how I told you to do it. I'm just saying.
And he does talk like that sometimes. He will talk to you that way.
Yeah. He gonna set you straight. So yeah, hopefully that helps somebody.
Awesome. And definitely purpose. So now you're talking about purpose. I've heard people say, but I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know. How do I find my purpose? And even Steve Harvey talks about purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you have to say to people who are like, okay, what is my purpose? How do I find it? Is it over here? Is it over there? Where is it at?
Yeah. So before you can figure out your purpose, you got to figure out your gift.
Okay.
You are not going to be able to figure out your purpose unless you know what your gift is. I can almost guarantee that. And I love that Steve Harvey talks about your gifts all the time. And he says that your gift is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort.
Right.
And so once you figure out what your gift is, then you got to figure out what arena are you supposed to be using it in? Because sometimes, and I know Patrice Washington has talked about this, where you can have this gift and know exactly what it is, but you're using the right gift in the wrong ministry. And so if you're using the right gift in the wrong ministry, guess what? You're going to get extremely frustrated. And I know because I've been there too.
Wow.
So you really got to figure out your gift. And then you got to be still long enough. You got to be still long enough for God to let you know where you're supposed to be using it. And he is faithful. He will let you know. But you know what? We sit there and try to be Martha doing all of this, all of that, doing the most. We want to sit there and be Martha doing the most. We really should be Mary chilling and be like, all right, Jesus, what you need me to do?
Right. Oh, I like that. Yes.
Gotta be still.
Wow. And I know that's something I had to do. I know last year I definitely did it live while I was taking one of Christine's courses, and I sat there and emailed and said, hey, you know what? Thank you so much. I appreciate being on the education committee at NAACP. By the way, I can no longer coach cheerleading, by the way.
Yeah.
I stepped down for like 3 different boards.
Yep.
And the minute I did that, everything, all these things that people see now opened up for me.
Yes.
I stopped being busy and I got clear about, okay, God, what do you want me to do?
Yes. And let me say something about that, because, man, let me tell you something. That's real right there. That's real. And I got to say something about that, because I think people end up being blocked in their purpose, in the ministry they're supposed to be in, because they got so much stuff on their plate. I know my sister talks about this. Got so much stuff on their plate, there is no room for God to give you anything else.
Woo! Say that one more time. One more again.
One more again.
Wow.
When you have, and you just spoke on this, about how you had to let all that stuff go so that would open the space for God to give you the flow, right? So many times we got all this stuff on our plate, and that stuff on your plate doesn't necessarily have to be things that you're volunteering for. That stuff on your plate could be little things that you haven't taken care of. I'm going to get to that later. Clothes you're supposed to give away. Dishes you're supposed to do, trash you're supposed to take out, recycling you haven't done. It could be little things, but all those little things are taking up space in your head. They're taking up space in your heart. They're taking up space in your mind.
Wow.
And so if you have not handled all of that, it's blocking the space for the blessing to flow into your life. It is blocking the space for the blessing. That's why when you started letting go of all that stuff, you started unloading your plate of all the, the carbohydrates and the desserts and the sweets that were making you fat and sick and diabetic. And you're like, I Jesus, here's my empty plate. I am ready for the good stuff, the greens and the nuts and all the stuff that's going to, All the stuff is
Wow.
gonna make me strong in my mind, my body, and my soul. Yes, ma'am.
That is so good, girl. That's a sermon right there.
Tamika said Space Invaders. I like that. That's funny. Yeah, let it all, girl, let it go.
We're having deliverance service right now, Julian.
Let it go. Oh, don't get me started, honey, because you about to be late for your next interview with Miss Rita Pardo. I'm just letting you know. I could go all night. Keep watch.
She got the Holy Ghost.
I'm telling you. Girl, I'm telling you, don't get me started.
Wow. That is just, but you know what? As women, we are groomed to be busy. We're groomed to be busy women. And I remember for so long, my husband, he would be in bed. I'm up at 5:30 putting clothes in the washing machine. Got all my coupons for 3 different grocery stores, running to Sam's, coming back. He's still asleep. The children sleep. And I'm making noise trying to get him to wake up.
Like, can't you see me doing all this for all our family? What is wrong with you? Banging stuff and
right.
And nobody asked you to do all that.
Right. And he would say to me, why are you mad at me? Because I know how not to take on too much stuff at one time.
He told you.
So now I don't have to grocery shop. My husband grocery shops.
There you go. There you go.
I had to get free of that.
Yep. Because people will do whatever you let them get away with doing or not doing. Right. That's the reality. You train them.
Wow, that is so good. That is key for moms. It's key for women. It's key for entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
It is just key for us to get free. I mean, y'all, if you are not free tonight after this interview,
we're gonna have a deliverance freedom webinar at midnight tonight. So y'all just sign back on it. No, I'm playing.
Right. Look, jump on Julian's Periscope after Rita's interview.
Look, I might have to just jump on Periscope just for that, right? We'll do some deliverance tonight.
But seriously,
get free.
We need this in 2017. There is too much going on in our community. Yeah. And I know we're kind of digressing, but it does fit the mold. There's too much going on in our community for us to be busy with nonsense.
Yeah.
Now, the things that I was involved in, they were good things.
Deliverance, yeah.
They were good things. And, you know, being a Girl Scout troop leader is a great thing because I'm sowing seeds into future leaders.
Yep.
But the grace, kind of like they say, that the Shekinah glory cloud had left, and I'm still, and I'm irritated and agitated because it was time for me to let it go. So once I let it go, then I was able to walk into this, which feels natural for me. It's coming naturally. Things are happening. Doors are opening, and I don't even have to do anything for those doors to open. They're just. I'm walking and they're just boom, there's another door. Boom, there's another door. Yeah. Because I got clear and freed up my plate.
Yes, you freed up your plate, but then you also did the work. You did the work. So you gotta walk because look, God's gonna only meet you halfway. He ain't doing your walking for you. So you gotta take that one step. And like Steve Harvey says, if you take one step, God will take 2.
And it's like that man that was at the pool, you know, every time the waters got stirred, he was waiting for somebody to put him in the pool. And Jesus said, well, do you want to be healed?
Yep.
Then take up your bed and walk and get in the pool.
Yep. Real talk. You got to do something to claim your miracle. Yes. You got to do the work.
Right. Wow. Well, I am just so excited about this interview. So tell us what you have going on, your fantastic news that you did you put it all on Facebook. Tell us about what doors for you.
Woo, girl, we ain't got enough time left in this interview, but I'm gonna try to.
We'll do a part 2.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2. So, just in brief, I actually closed down my design firm in 2014 because I felt like God was like, okay, it's time for me to do something else. I've been doing it for like 15 years at that point, and I wasn't passionate about it anymore. And so I shut it down, And that's actually the year that I wrote the book with my sister and, did the book tour and all of that. And that's been amazing. Like just seeing all the lives that are being changed by whose shoes. But then end of 2015, God was like, baby girl, it is time to jump right back into what I took you from a couple years ago. And I was like, but wait a minute, Jesus. Wait a minute. Let's have a conversation about this. Because you told me we were done. Now, how you want to tell me to go back there, right?
Wow.
And it's so funny because I was having a conversation with my best friend and telling her, I don't know about this. I mean, I feel like this is where God is leading me. Like I need to go back into doing my design and my branding and my marketing. I said, but I just don't know if I'm supposed to get back into that ministry. Like, and my daughter overheard the conversation. She was like 10 years old at the time, 10 or 11. And she heard me say that. She's like, well, you know what, Mommy, maybe God just wanted you to quit before so that you could have a break and start fresh.
Wow.
Girl, that's what I said. Who are you? Like, you know how somebody, especially when a child says something like that, you're like, it came from her, but it wasn't of her.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I knew right then and there that was God speaking to me through her.
Right.
And I was just like, all right, Jesus, you don't need to go banging my door down. I heard you. All right, we gonna do this. Like, I got you.
Right.
I got you. Look, and when I told her a couple months later that she said that, right, Tiffany, and a child shall lead them. Real talk right there. When I heard her say that, and she said that, and I told her 2 months later, I said, you remember when she's like, Mom, she didn't remember saying it.
Wow.
That's when I said, okay, God, I got you. That was for that moment. So when I decided to go in and launch my consulting again, beginning of last year, literally within the first 2 weeks, I had 5 new clients, and you were one of them.
Yay!
And you were one of them. And, we went full force on your book, came out last year, worked with Diana Ramsey at Sisters of Beauty, helped her come out with her book as well. And just have had some amazing opportunities. But here's the thing, and this is something that is being revealed to me now. So, even though I was in my gift, right? I was like, okay, God, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm jumping in. I'm going to do it. I realized that my whole body wasn't in the pool, right? I had like one leg in there. I'm like, Jesus, you told me to do it. I got my one leg in there. You happy now? I got one leg in there. What else you want from me? One leg in there. Okay. Now, anybody who knows me, my sister will tell you, anybody who, has seen me and grown in my career, I love design. I love branding. I love what I do for my clients. And so when I had to give it up the first time, I was like, it was one of the hardest things I'd ever had to do in my life. And so I think the fear was, okay, here I am, Jesus, you told me to get back into this. But right, Chrissy, one stanky leg. Do the stanky leg. But anyway, so, my fear was, okay, here I am doing this again, doing what I love. God, is this for real? So it's subconsciously, it was like, all right, let me put one leg in there just to test the waters. I ain't ready to just dive all in, right?
Wow.
Let me tell you, God spoke to me, and on my Facebook page today, I posted, stop trying to fit yourself into a box that is too small to contain your greatness. And I realized that's what I was doing.
Wow.
That I was only using part of my gift. And so because I'm only using part of my gift and I only got one leg in, I'm getting one leg results and I'm getting partial results.
Wow. So
for anybody who God has told you there's something you're supposed to be doing and you haven't jumped all in, you got that. You may not even have a leg in there. You may have a toe that got bunions on it, right? Like if that's what you're doing, let me tell you right now, you're going to stay stuck. You are going to stay stuck. Okay.
Wow.
You gotta be ready to jump all in.
And Tiffany just said, you reap what you sow.
Yes.
You sew a toe with a bunion, that's all you gonna get.
Right. So when I finally said, okay, God, we're gonna go all in, we're going all out, slowly but surely, this year, and I gotta thank my sister Christine Saintville for this opportunity because she may help make the connection. I got the opportunity to design products and an exhibit booth for the Steve Harvey Act Like a Success Conference.
Yay!
And Steve Harvey has been on my vision board for 3 years, y'all. Like, this is why you can never give up on your dream, on your vision. You never know who God is going to use, how he's going to get you there. And I truly believe that if God has given you a vision, he's going to help you to realize it. But you got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to do the work.
Wow.
And you got to be willing to jump. Don't be just dipping a toe, because that's not doing God any service. It's not saying anything about. That means you got toe-size faith. You got to be all up in it. Oh, thank you, sis. You dope too, boo.
She said toe-size faith. Yep. Y'all, this is 2017 mix of the scriptures, okay? You plain, okay? Because back then they used the mustard seed because people knew what a mustard seed, but I don't know what a mustard seed looked like.
Right.
I know what a bunion looked like.
Right. That little toe, girl. Don't be giving God your toe, because that's what you're going to get back.
Wow.
So let me just say this, like, ever since I just, and the thing is, here's what y'all got to do. Like, you got to be willing to surrender, right? So 2017 scripture remix. Remix. All right. So you got to be willing to surrender, like to just be like, God, you know what? I'm going to let you have your way with me. You got to be willing to do that, because until you get out of your own way, he cannot fully use you the way that he intended to. Surrender is one of the hardest things that you will ever have to do, because we want to be in control. Control is a myth, y'all. Ain't nobody in control of nothing, okay? The only thing you control is your mind. And your mind is going to control everything else around you, okay?
Right. Some people need medicine to control that. So, I mean.
Right. Right. None of y'all, I know none of y'all on here like that. But you have to be willing to surrender. And then seriously, when you do that, and part of that surrender means you got to be still. Like, part of surrendering means surrendering your mind and everything, all those crazy thoughts that go through, right? You got to learn to discipline your mind. So here's a scripture that all y'all need to make sure you read, at some point this week, because it's one of my favorite scriptures. And especially when you're talking about, you're ready to give up, you're not sure if you want to continue on your path. James 1. Read all of James chapter 1. All right, it talks about perseverance, and how perseverance must finish its work so that you can be mature and complete. So until you get to that point where you are mature and complete, God can't really bless you with everything that he already got lined up for you in heaven as it is on earth, because you haven't done your part to get to that point where you're mature and complete. So I just want to share that with you, because I'm telling you, God has just been just dropping stuff in me this week. And that was one of the big things was, you gotta surrender, you gotta be open, and you have to be willing to persevere, because perseverance actually helps you mature and become complete so that he can finish the work that he started in you.
Wow.
Oh, amen. Tamika says she is getting blessed and getting confirmation. Praise God. I love it. Yes, Miss Tamika. And I got to meet you and Act Like a Success too.
She is fantastic. Love her. Love her, love her, love her.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Well, Julian, you have really, you have touched on so much tonight. I am just full. I know Rita is. I'm about to go to Weight Watchers after this series is over. Okay, because I am full.
Amen.
Like, for real. This is just this. He is having his way with this series.
Yes,
like, for real. This is not scripted, y'all. I pray before every not every broadcast, but every day I'm just like, okay, God, do what you want to do with the women. Most of the women don't even know each other.
Amen.
Clicking. Everything is just clicking and
Amen.
clicking and clicking. Tiffany talking about the overflow. Yes.
Yes.
And I just love it. I love it. I love it. So I hate to cut this off, but I know we got to keep it moving.
Yes.
Do you have something special for the ladies that are on here tonight?
I always got something special for my sister. Always got something. So a couple of things. I know my sister mentioned it earlier, but I want to mention it again. One, go to whoshoesbook.com. And if you haven't already bought the book, you can actually get a free chapter download at whoshoesbook.com. So once you read those free chapters, you can just jump over to Amazon and be like, okay, that was too good. I need the whole thing. So go to whoshoesbook.com for that. And then if you go to bit.ly/$1 million brand guide, bit.ly/$1 million brand guide. She's like, let me write that down. $1 million brand guide. So I had to do $1 million brand guide because $1 million brand was already taken. Yes, $1 million brand guide. That's it. Yep, perfect. That is my free 24-page ebook that gives you everything from worksheets on helping to identify and define what you want your brand to be. It gives you a color wheel that helps you figure out what different colors should be used for your brand. It gives you free resources where you can get free images, where you can get free fonts and all kinds of stuff. It also gives you a bunch of pointers in terms of, how to build $1 million brand. And I talk about some of the steps that I took to build my first company into a 7-figure business. And so definitely get your free download so that you can get all those amazing tips. You are so welcome, Ms. Tiffany. My pleasure. My pleasure. I hope y'all have been blessed tonight. Tanya, I just want to thank you because you have been a blessing to so many and you continue to bless so many. And I just want to pray that God continues to open doors for you and grant you favor like you have never seen, honey. Let me tell you.
Yeah. I receive it. And me and Tiffany had a conversation earlier today, and we said favor will take you places money cannot.
Girl, preach. Say that. Say that. That's real talk. That's real talk. That's real talk. So real.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, ladies who are on here, who have shared. If you're catching this on the replay, I hope you have been blessed. If you haven't blessed, make sure you type into the comments. Reach out to Julian B. Kiganda. She has this fantastic product for you all that is free, bit.ly/$1 million brand guide. That is free, y'all. Come on now. She giving y'all fonts. She giving y'all color wheels. All you got to do is type it in.
Yep, that's all you got to do.
You got to do the work. You got to do the work. She's not going to come over to your house and put your email address in for you and all that other stuff.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You right about that.
Right. So you have to do the work. And I thank you so much, Julian, for coming on here. You done took us to church. I wish we had an e-collection plate. Put your PayPal in there, girl.
PayPal is bold and fierce. No, I'm kidding. No. It's all good. Look, I'm sowing my seed, okay? I am sowing my seed.
Right.
It is all good. Let me tell you, God is He's already sharing favor upon me. Like I already know this. So we're gonna say that collection plate for next time though.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And I want to share really quick some of the things that Julian does. She didn't even touch on that. The shirt that I have on, she designed my logo, my graphics, the book she designed this, the planner. So if you are looking for someone to hook you up with some products, that is the fabulous. My book, she did this. She designed the inside portions for me, and my beautiful mug.
I love it. I need to get me one of those though.
Yes. So if you are looking for someone to help you with your branding, Julian is the person. I'm telling you right now, don't sign up with her and tell her, yeah, my girl Tanya told me to call you, but can I get the MOMpreneur discount? We don't rocks like that. Julian, I'm saying on record, I did not send anybody to you to get the friend discount. Okay.
I know that's right.
So I'm just saying, straight up live, I did not nobody get no friend discount. We honor people who put in the work. So whatever she says it is, that's what it is. We have to support each other and support each other where our price supports are. I'm just putting it out there. I know that may be kind of unorthodox, but it's the truth. We have to support each other because y'all don't go to Safeway or the Macy's and be like, yo, you know, because, you know, my cousin, she used to work at the Macy's down in Iverson Mall. So can I get this shirt?
I know that's right. Say that, girl. Say that.
We're not doing that.
Say that.
So we have to support each other. She gives quality products. If the man, Steve Harvey himself, has hired her, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. She is the truth. And Julian, I just thank you so much for sewing into me. I thank you for your friendship, for your sisterhood, and all of that. So I am very thankful. So I appreciate you. And we have next up on Let's Chat with Tanya Barnett, we have the fabulous Rita Pardo. You guys have seen her. She is a Periscope phenomenon, a Periscope star, superstar, and all that. We have Rita Pardo coming up next on Let's Chat with Tanya Barnett. If you love seeing Julian, make sure you hit me up at Tanya@realwifemovement.com. We will bring her back on Praise 106.1 on the FM dial in Baltimore. And that'll be Let's Chat with Tanya Barnett in Baltimore starting Sunday, June 9th at 2 p.m. And I'll be there every other Sunday, and I will be featuring women like her. So make sure you tune in, 106.1, and it's also on TuneIn. So thank you, Julian. We're going to prepare for Rita. Ladies, go refill your coffee, get you some water, go to the bathroom, put the kids in bed real quick, and come back with your notepads because Rita is going to set us up.
Yeah.
Julian, I love you, sis.
Love you too, boo. Good night.
Good night.